So I was having a conversation with a colleague today, and it was very interesting. And we were talking about remembering things and forgetting things. And in this case, we were really talking about, perhaps you have an insight, or you read something in a book, or and you think, oh, this is just what I need, and um, maybe this is just what I need to take a next step. And we were talking about how easy it is to forget these things, and especially um, when we're busy, or even if you make a note. I'll notice, for myself, sometimes I'll write something in my journal. I'll have an insight, and I think, oh, this is just what I need, and I'll write it down. And sometimes it can be a little bit like Groundhog's Day, or actually the movie 50 First Dates, where the character wakes up every day and she has amnesia. She has some sort of brain condition where she forgets, her recent memory every day. But in many ways, that can happen. I'll have an insight, and then the next day, if I don't review, there's a good chance that I'll forget it. And and this colleague shared a really nice quote, which a friend of his shared with him, which his friend heard from his teacher, and I don't know the teacher's name. But the quote is, remember that you'll forget. And I think it's a really useful idea, just keep in mind that even when you have an insight, it's likely that you may forget. You may not, but and that's why at times it's useful to have reminders, or to build in rituals to remember things. And so I was kind of reflecting on that this afternoon, and reflecting on things to remember, things that I want to remember. And at the same time, I had a very busy and chaotic day. It was just, for some reason, I had a very full schedule. And on top of my schedule, you may hear noise outside. There was a water main break, and so the water went out in my apartment, and that added chaos. And there was a lot going on in the building, and there was it was a busy day. There was an emergency with a client. And so even when I thought my day was going to be over, it wasn't over. It wasn't, at the time I didn't know, it wasn't even close to over, and then, I got a call that I had to attend to, and then I got an email with some forms I had to fill out, and the day just has stretched and stretched, and now I'm into the evening. But I paused for a moment, and I was thinking about this remembering. and it was funny. I stopped to meditate for a moment, and during that meditation, or that reflection time, I forgot some of the busyness of the day. And then it kind of hit me again, like, oh, I'm in the middle of a busy day. And I thought about how refreshing it is sometimes to forget, to forget our momentary concerns. Now, I'm not talking about being in denial, or closing our eyes to something, but it was really nice in that moment to just forget for a moment, and return to my body, and like we do so often here, and return to my breath, and really let my nervous system calm down for a moment, and realize that all these things are just, it was just a storm of today. It wasn't too bad, but I think it's a valuable skill to be able to pause, and if not forget, let things go for a moment, and know that they'll be there again when you return to your day. So I really enjoyed today thinking of the benefits of remembering things, and also thinking of the benefits of forgetting certain things, at least for a moment. Um, and one of my old teachers used to talk about the expression, to forget is to forget. And he used to say, well, if you forget, you don't have to forgive. There's nothing to forgive then. If you forget about a wrong somebody has done to you, just forget it, just let it go. Then there's no forgiving that's necessary. So it's kind of nice to know that there's an upside to both of these things, with both the remembering and the forgetting. And so I'll leave it at that. And I will get on with the rest of my busy evening, and see you next time.